Hi, and welcome to Budget with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany. I'm so excited to have you here today. I am going to be doing my budget with me for the month of May. But before we jump into May, let's do a quick review of April. So here is kind of the first page of my budget from April, comparing what we had budgeted versus what we spent. So the difference for mortgage is that we ended up having finishing a savings challenge for $500. So I was able to put $2,314 towards our mortgage, which was the extra $500 over the $1,814 that was planned. Biannual maintenance was our normal $19.95. Cell phone was $60, giving was $20, internet $45. Our subscriptions came in at $39.11. Student loans we paid $350. Our utilities we'd budgeted $286, but we ended up only spending $270.42. And then DJ, we had given him or budgeted $500 for him, knowing he was traveling. He had some money left over at the end of March that had rolled over because his money always rolls over. So the $545.49 that he ended up spending, once we factored in the rollover from March, he still actually technically came in under budget, or at least didn't spend more than what was allocated for him total, even though it was more than what we'd budgeted for the month. So on paper, it looks like we overspent, but really didn't. And then for our debts, our mortgage, here is our balance. Before, at the end of March, we made the $2,314 payment, leaving us a balance of $180,666.59. So that was really nice, having it drop by almost $2,000 because of such a large payment. And then our student loan, or my remaining student loans, this was the balance at the end of March. We paid $350 this month, and it made the new balance be $24,859.77. So again, a pretty good drop in the balance, so that was nice. So before we officially jump into budgeting for the month of May, for those that haven't watched my videos before, we budget, actually before I change gears on that, before I jump into that, one of the new things that I am implementing really isn't any different than, or a whole lot different than what I was doing, but I decided to purchase the Aesthetic Dollars budget worksheets. And I bought paper, the A5 paper that's already got holes and everything. And when I was trying to print the paper or print the worksheets at home earlier today, I just could not get it to print right. It kept printing like off center and everything. So I printed it on regular 8x11 paper and then trimmed it. And then I did a horrible job trimming it. So please ignore how horrible this looks. This is no indication of Emily at the Aesthetic Dollars. The work she does, it is all about me. So since it is A5 and is a little bit smaller than the paper that I normally use, I am going to zoom in a little bit. And I also tend to write small, so yeah, so our, let me see, I need to set stuff aside because I need to reference it. So for the month of May 24, so as I was starting to say before I just changed things, we budget based on the money that, or the income we earned the previous month. So for May, we are budgeting with the income that we earned in April. So we just accumulate all the money throughout the month, and then we budget it the next month to be spent or saved. A lot of this came about because I had had a job in the past where I only got paid on the last day of the month. So I had to kind of get used to budgeting on kind of the last month's income, but also our incomes change, or when we get paid changes. I get paid every other week, so sometimes it's 3 times a month, sometimes it's twice a month, sometimes it's weeks 1 and 3, and sometimes it's 2 and 4, and then my husband gets paid around the at the beginning of the month, usually around like the 2nd or 3rd, and then he gets paid again the middle of the month around like the 16th or 17th. So that obviously can vary when that falls in the month, as far as like how it coordinates with my pay. And then we have our side hustle that usually it pays the same weeks that I get paid. And then now DJ's starting to get coaching money, although it's not going to be in this one because it didn't come through in April, starting in May. So it just becomes easier for us to budget on last month's income rather than trying to budget paycheck by paycheck. So for the month of April, the income that we earned was my pay. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right in the actual, was $4,836.68. That is after taxes, after 401k, after health insurance, HSA, life insurance, all the deductions that I have come out. DJ's attorney pay was $2,909.53. He is paid by the hour as an attorney, so his income greatly fluctuates depending on how many hours he works. He coaches football and track, so during those seasons he's often leaving work early to go to practice or games or meets and stuff. And then he's also had been taking a class in this past spring to get a coaching certification, or I guess technically a coaching minor. And so he was, taking time out of work to go attend the class. Let's see. And then our side hustle, which I don't really talk about what it is just because it's very personal to us, relating to kind of his family, is $703.70, and that was kind of low because we couldn't do it as often in the month of, or we get paid 2 weeks after the end of the pay period, so like it really is for like part of March, part of April. And then we have like keep the change, which basically like I tend to round up on all of our credit card charges and things like that. So things like, the $19.95, I'd take the 5 cents and put it towards like the keep the change. When we came under on our utilities, that gets rolled over into that right now. So although that might be kind of changing, I'm not sure yet. So things like that for the month of April ended up being $29.50. I did a survey where I earned a whole $3, and then our interest that we earned in our checking accounts was $115.37. So that came out to be $8,597.78 for the month. So pretty much I just used $8,597 to budget with, and the 78 cents actually now rolls over into the keep the change for the month of May. And then because I had a little bit more space and everything, I decided to break up kind of the monthly bills a little bit differently, so and expand out rather than having just a subscriptions lump sum. I decided to break it up. So for our mortgage, we always budget $1,700. Our monthly payment, required payment, is like $1,480 something, and we rounded up to $1,500. And then because we're trying to pay our mortgage down a little bit faster, we bumped the monthly payment up to $1,700 every month. And then every month or two we try to add an additional extra payment that comes from savings challenges. Our biannual maintenance is $20, and that basically is the company that does like our furnace and air conditioning tune-up and stuff. They come twice a year to check everything, and so we pay like a monthly fee that covers that, but also gives us benefits of like if we have an issue, we kind of get priority over people that don't do the biannual maintenance program. We get like a discount on any work that we have done. So cell phone for the two of us is $60. We have an automatic payment that we have made to a local charity for $20. So for the gym this month, it came out of, for the month of May, came out of our health envelope, so I don't need to budget anything for the gym this month. Internet is $45. Hulu is like $8.71, so I'm just gonna put $9. I started doing iCloud because of all the extra storage between pictures and then videos, even temporarily on my phone after I record. It was like 99 cents, so I just put $1. Spotify is $16.34 for our family plan for the two of us to have Spotify, so I'll put 17, and then Netflix is $13.07, so I put 14. We got $350 for our student loans, or my student loans. We've managed to pay off my husband's student loans, so I just have my student loans left, which plug if you aren't familiar with our debt payoff story. I did back when I first started the channel, I did a debt payoff video that kind of walks through how we paid off almost $200,000 of student loan debt. So I'll link to that, and would love it if you watched it and see kind of how we paid down so much debt. I guess it was like I guess with the amount that we still have left, it's like $160 something thousand, or I don't even remember how much it is now. Might be 180 something thousand. It was a lot. Electric, we are on a monthly average billing, so we know exactly how much it's going to be every month, so it is $82. Same with our gas, it's $102.50 this month, so $103. And then our water bill, which covers water, trash, recycling, composting, sewer, all of those fun things. We don't know how much exactly it's going to be until after the beginning of the month. After the first week or so. It's usually never over $100, so I just put 100. And then DJ, we are going to give him $400. He just basically, like, we put it into a checking account and then he just spends out of it, usually via credit card. So that all totals up to be $2,921. Let me just double check that. Yep, $2,921. And then for our the majority of the rest of our funds, I'm just listing them here on the variable and sinking funds pages that Emily had set up. Excuse me. One of the other changes that we are going to be doing is we are going to be doing putting more money towards doing savings challenges. I'm going to start doing mini Mondays, so yay. And then I'm very excited about that. And then I'm going to put a little bit more money towards my savings challenge Saturday binder that I do. And then that extra money is coming from certain sinking fund categories that are generally mostly are things that it's longer before we have to pay them. So I've got time to you know, do challenges or savings challenges and, you know, finish them, and then do, you know, reallocate that money from the savings challenges to the various sinking funds. So there's certain sinking funds that we are not going to be putting on here, or like putting any money towards in a given month, or we might do just like a small amount, because the majority of the money will go towards savings challenges, and then when those savings challenges are completed, will be reallocated towards these sinking funds. So I know several people kind of do that, is they don't either put money towards sinking funds at all, and they use savings challenges for that completely, or, you know, they only fund certain ones with their monthly cash stuffings or weekly cash stuffings, and then they, you know, do more with savings challenges and stuff. So yes, I'm gonna try this out, see how it goes. Again, might kind of fluctuate as see how you know, as I try things and stuff. So so some of these are going to have 0. So for our date night, we don't always get to go out for a date or do something together, because especially during certain times of the year when my husband's super busy. But now that his class is done, hoping maybe we'll even, and then the weather's nice, we'll like even just go for a walk and get some ice cream or something like that. And those types of things we count as date nights. I guess date night isn't really like the most appropriate term. It's more like just a date, or fun activities together. But date night, you know, works well. So so I've been trying to allocate like $25 to that every week, and then if we don't spend it, anything left over I put towards savings challenges. So since this month has 5 Fridays, I am budgeting $125, which will for eating out. I'm bumping it up to $60 a week this month, because we kept going over last month on eating out when we did go out to eat. So I'm gonna do $60, so that'll be $300 for the month. Gas, I just literally filled up my car last week, and I drive my car so little that I usually can go to like 2 or 3 months without filling up. So I have a feeling I probably won't have to fill up this month, and maybe even in June, I'm not sure. But so this month I decided not to put anything towards it, because I just literally filled up. Groceries is going to be $75 a week, so we'll do $375. Household is going to be $40. And some of these categories I just do the same regardless, unless I see it's really getting depleted, or I know that there's something coming up that I need to bulk it up for. My food is generally for grabbing lunch at work occasionally. So I do $15 a week, so we'll do $75 for the month. And spending and toiletries are both going to get $40. And then buffer is just going to be $25. Yeah, so one of the other things I bought to kind of go with all of this, before I go into the next category, is to use with my lovely printouts from Emily at the Aesthetic Dollar, once I can actually get them to work, is Veda at The Simple Budget. She has been using this binder from the Jumping Fox design, and I just really liked it, so I've been wanting to get it, so I ordered one. So it is just a gray A5 binder, and so it's just got this beautiful flower design on the front, has their logo on the back. It's 6 rings, and then it's got a nice little cord to be able to, you know, keep everything closed. So if I wanted to keep this in my purse or take it with me or something, it's not going to open and get the pages all messed up. So once this is actually printed for real, you know, it'll look so pretty in here, and I can't wait. But right now it's not worthy of going in here, plus it doesn't have any holes in it. So So right now it's just getting relegated over there, but I can't wait to get to use it. So thank you, Veda, for introducing me to that company, and their binders, they're so pretty. So I'm so excited to get to use it. So for our home binder drops right now, we are still fully funded. I still have not needed to actually order anymore. Gutters is one of the ones that we are going to be doing savings challenges for. For this year, I really only need, I think, like $40 more to be fully funded anyway. So I figured it, and I have until, I think we usually get our gutters cleaned in like September. So I've got a few months to be able to do that. Home insurance is not due until November, so I decided to put that money towards savings challenges. And we'll put money, reallocate completed challenges towards the home insurance. Home maintenance, we're gonna do $100 a month, which I think is usually what I do. Home miscellaneous is also $40. Home projects, we are still saving to do our retaining wall, so we're really, that's kind of a priority right now for us. And then because we're going to be doing a bunch of outdoor stuff now that the weather is nice, I wanted to go ahead and do the outdoor with the monthly cash or the weekly cash stuffing. But probably once we fully fund this, I might put that money towards savings challenge and have that be part of that and reallocate. Property taxes is also getting reallocated to savings challenges. And then the roof, we're just gonna do 100. We're just saving for the future down the road, many years from now, needing to get a new roof. Annual fees, we're gonna do $60. And I basically, how I came up with that number is the various things that we pay an annual fee for. Credit cards, you need a budget, YouTube premium, my husband's coaching dues, and there's always one that one of the ones I can never remember. Oh, taxes, paying for our tax prep fees. I just figured out how much I needed to save for the whole year, and then divided that by the number of months. So $60 a month is generally going to be in line with where I need to be. Car insurance, since that is due in June, I'm gonna continue to fund that each month. And then car registration, we are fully funded. I actually just got my registration renewal bill via email yesterday, and I'm just waiting on my husband's. So I think we're gonna be already have enough saved for that. Christmas and gifts are going to go into savings challenges, just because, again, those are both more geared towards November, December. So I've got plenty of time. Hair, we are fully funded. My next appointment is not until the beginning of June, and I've already got enough money saved for my hair appointment, so I'm not going to put anything this month towards hair. And massage, we are fully funded. And then yoga for my husband is $25. And then let's see, car maintenance, I thought about putting this towards savings challenges, but I kind of like the sinking fund aspect of just putting something towards it every month. Clothing is going into savings challenges. Coaching, since my husband pretty much pulls money from that multiple times a month, we'll keep funding that each month of $40. Health is going to be 10. Opportunities, which is basically just for us to be able to take advantage of an opportunity, like if a concert comes up and we weren't aware that there might be a concert, and so we didn't have a chance to set aside money for it, then we have this money to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. New car, which I moved from my savings challenge binder, one of my savings challenge binders, into sinking funds, so that's why I was writing it in the wrong place, is going to get $450. And that number basically came from my husband we had bought a car for my husband a few years ago. We paid it off early, but we basically just took the payment that we had been paying towards his car and just now putting it towards a new car for me, and hopefully a few years to have time to save up something, even if it doesn't cover the full amount. So that's how we came up with that number. Shop small because I like to buy things from you all. We'll fund that each month of $40, but I might put some money from savings challenges into it, but trying to be good about not buying everything. My favorites in Etsy are a lot. So if I haven't bought from you yet, I probably will at some point in the future. Tattoo, we've got $25, and then technology might eventually go into the savings challenge, towards savings challenges, but right now I'm gonna keep putting $40, and then travel, it's gonna get $400, and then my poor kitties that are not so poor, but my sweet kitties, for food, gonna do $35. Usually I don't have to buy food every month, but it fluctuates when I have to buy, just depends on how fast they eat it. So I want to continue to fund that every month. Litter, we are kind of more fully funded right now, because I have, I think, like $60 in there, and maybe more than that. I think it's 60. And I'll need to buy litter soon, but like I don't need it right now, and that's plenty to buy, like I think like at least 3 boxes of litter, so I am good for right now. Q's medicine, I fully fund, or will fund every month. Pet sitting is gonna go into savings challenges, and then the vet, just because I always want to make sure I have enough money for Q's for her vet's appointments, because she has to go to the vet twice a year because of her seizures. So that is $100, and then I'm not including, oh yes, I am including, but let me total these up before I move on. So with our budget of $8,597 minus $2,921 minus the $19.95 from that page and the $13.15 from that page, that leaves us $2,366. So theoretically this should add up to $2,366. So let's see if I did my planning correctly. So for the Roth IRAs for the month, based on what we have left to put towards them and wanting to try to get them fully funded by the end of June, I'm going to be doing $940 for those. The Friday challenge, since that is very well planned out. The 100 envelope challenge, I just kind of picked out some numbers, kind of in the still lower range since we're focusing on the Roth IRAs. The 52-week challenge, again, kind of just picked out some numbers. Monthly challenge is $300 every month, so that is set in stone. And then I'm going to be doing mini Mondays, and then I have really I put $225, but this might change depending on how I scratch the scratch and save. And that would leave me with, I think, $370 to put towards savings challenges. So let me see if that adds up. Fingers crossed. Yay. So obviously, you know, some of those numbers might change depending on if I scratch different. Probably should have just, I don't know, because it's $500 that I do over 2 months. So like, I guess I could have just put 250, but I just picked a number. And then I am going to write down, so our mortgage, the start is 180,660.59 and 24,859. So yeah, so Emily, her budget worksheets include that payoff information. So I've already included the payment that's accounted for in the budget previously in my monthly bills, but I'm going to keep track of, you know, the balance, the payment, and then the new balance here like I was on that. So yeah, so that results in a zero-based budget. And so that is it for my budget with me for the month of May. And so basically I'll just take the monthly budget and I'll break it down per week. Some weeks will get more, some weeks will get less, just depends, especially on the savings challenge component of it. And that's what I'll work with for my weekly cash stuffings. So, which I'll be filming the first one right after this. So I appreciate you so much for tuning in, and I don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.